of the co-organizers of the Synergy Rain Group. I'd like to thank you guys all for showing up early / on time, which is great. And to go along with that, we like to always do an early bird draw for those people that are here on time. So if everybody's got their lucky tickets. And I apologize to everybody who doesn't win that I lied to you and said you had the lucky ticket. Tim, do you want to draw?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, did you shake it up good?
I shook it up good.
Okay. So can someone, you're going to read it? Okay.
4, 0. No. The last three numbers. 3, 8, 1.
Wait. Where's my ticket?
2 Cineplex passes up for grabs. Come on down.
381, did you say?
Congratulations, David. Great name. Thank you very much. All right. I would like to introduce our speaker for tonight. I'm sure everybody here knows Sua, and if you don't, you will after the next hour or so. I have had the pleasure of knowing Sua for about 2 years, give or take a couple of months, somewhere in there. Time does fly. Back when we used to meet at the A&B restaurant, and we used to get drowned out by all the noise in the restaurant, and then people in the restaurant would complain about our noise.
Yeah.
We've come a long way in the last couple of years, and I'm also a mortgage broker. I work with Sua. I've had the pleasure of having him as my mentor in my first 18 months working as a mortgage broker. And a lot of people find it funny that I actually knew Sua for several months before I even decided to become a mortgage broker. And it was talking to him at meetings like this and getting to know him that really drew me to getting into this as a career. And I'm very, very happy that I've made that decision. For those of you who know Sua, you probably know that he is a 2-time author, best-selling author at that. In the last year, he's had 2 different books come out. The one, Confessions of a Bank Financier, is his own writing. And in Common Sense But Uncommon, he's one of, sorry, how many writers were 20?
One of the 30 that got chosen.
30 that got chosen to publish with Brian Tracy. And we've got a copy of each of those to give away at the end of the presentation as well. So. Sua has been involved in the financial business for a number of years, so I'm sure you'll talk a little bit about how you got here. But over the last couple of years has began to specialize in commercial lending as opposed to residential lending that most brokers are involved in. And he has got some really great information for us tonight. I've seen some of this presentation and I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of it tonight. So if everybody help me welcome Sua.
Wow. I kind of not even I'll hire you as an MC. It's awesome. With everybody's respect, can you check your phone, make sure it's on mute or ringers off? I'm going to go through this presentation real fast tonight. But before I do that, give yourself a warm welcome here and a thank you and I appreciate you for coming here. Give yourself a hand. Come on. I know some people are thinking, man, this better be good. Otherwise, I missed my movie or whatever I was on TV tonight. I assure you what you learned tonight will be 1,000 times worth it. But before we go through this, could we have a little of a 30-second introduction of who you are, what you're here? Basically what it is when you're here, it's all about me presenting this information and also networking and move your business to the next level and do something with your life rather than just, it sounds good, it looks good, but I'm not sure. If you're looking for something, here's your 30-second of fame. Say, here, my name is so-and-so, this is what I do, I'm looking for this. If you got money, say, I got money. Anybody who want money? That's what your time is to do right now.
Okay, I'm Irene, hi. Well, we wholesale property, so we look for deals, far and few in between, but when we get them, they're good. So just keep on the horizon for our next one, thanks.
So you're a bird dog?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I call it a wholesale. Yeah.
Good.
Hello, I'm Sean. I'm here to learn about real estate investment, also looking for a JV partner.
Looking for a JV partner.
Hello, I'm Ashley. I'm a mortgage broker, real estate investor locally in White Rock, South Surrey. I do properties in Alberta as well, and I come here just to kind of keep my mind in the game of investing, and I always learn something every single time.
She didn't mention she's really good rent to own, so if anybody interested in something like that, that's the girl to talk to.
Hi everybody, my name is Tim Liu.
I'm new in the real estate investment game, and I'm here to learn and looking for joint ventures. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mars, and I'm sure there are lots of mortgage brokers today, so just one more.
We can always use more.
Hi, Patrick Chang. I'm a real estate investor, realtor, wear many hats, realtor broker, to a startup property agent, and I was a professional engineer. I'm still licensed as a professional engineer, but not practicing.
Shiny object.
I'm Scott. I work with investors to close that gap between the joint venture money and the partnership money and their own money with traditional financing. I'm a mortgage broker as well.
Cool.
Who's the mortgage broker?
Hey.
Hi, I'm Bruno. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm looking to do my first multifamily deal.
Multifamily. Good man, Bruno.
I'm Sunny Wong. I'm just a local investor. Want to learn more someone?
Hi, my name is Ling. I'm an author writing a book on magic and fantasy. I like to conquer the world using my creative mind and imaginative mind. So hopefully when I become big, I will invest in commercial building. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hari Narayan. I am an investor, and I'm looking for making building. Recently invest and direction to partner. Thank you.
Thomas.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the investor. I'm looking for commercial buildings. Just here to learn more.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Teresa, and I'm really here for the food, right? No, I'm here to support my friends here. So yeah, and I'm an investment realtor as well.
Hi, my name is Jen. I'm an investor first, professional engineer second.
Cool.
Just here to learn real estate investing in general.
And Margaret, I'm here to learn, would like to learn some multiple units, how to invest in multiple units with nice cash flow.
Cool.
Hey, I'm Kyle. I'm a soon-to-be student at BCIT's real estate program, so I'm just here to kind of get a feel for the industry and check these out.
Oh, you love it.
Hi, I'm Colin. I'm an airline pilot by trade, real estate investor on the side. I invest in properties in Ontario and BC, and I'm looking at getting into multifamilies.
Cool.
You want to go to China for that?
I'm Diana. This is Daniel. Yeah, and we're pretty new investors, and Teresa invited us here, so thank you very much. And we're really excited to learn how she's got to tell us tonight.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Tian. I also work with David under Sua's mentorship as a mortgage broker. Just always coming here to learn new things.
Very good.
Hey, my name's Joey. I work a little in the local market. I work with a partner down in Detroit. We have a bunch of turnkey rental properties over there. Just here to network and be around like-minded people. So come.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thane. I'm a realtor, I guess. Investor primarily. Mostly investor these days. I do a bunch of different different ideas. I've kind of got a niche going specialization in teaching people how to do development. So I offer a course called basically Development 101. So it's just like a nice little seminar, a couple of hours that I deliver. It's my most popular one. So I've done other things for first-time home buyers. I get 2 people showing up. And I do invest in multifamily buildings. I still get 2 or 3 people showing up. I do invest in development, and I get like 50 to 20 people showing up. So everyone loves development in the city.
That's because it's different.
Yeah, exactly.
You see.
Hi, I'm David Wang. I was working overseas for over 10 years and moved back to Canada last year, moved to BC. I used to be in Toronto a few decades ago, and just looking for investment opportunities. So far, in the last year, I have invested in a couple of real estate partnerships, and also looking for mortgage and other investment opportunities.
So joint venture, right? You've been investing in mostly joint ventures partners?
I have a couple of those, and I'm looking for others.
Okay. Cool.
the software industry, and I'm here for the information and the network.
Okay, thanks, Howard.
Hi everybody, I'm Robert. I'm financially free from real estate investing. Last 15 years, I kind of lost track. I need to take some time out to figure out, but I've done about 60 deals. And when I started out in 1999, I bought some tapes with no money down, and from the U.S. And I've basically done all of these deals with absolutely none of my own money. I've used investor money, leverage, flipped, private money investments or whatever. So I live on a farm in Langley, which is my dream. Hobby farm, tree farm. I got koi fish ponds.
Nice.
And I work off my property, and I live there with my dog, my grandkids, my family, and whatever.
We gotta talk more, Robert.
And I'm always looking for money.
Ah.
I'll just, can we do deals
After,
the presentation?
yes. I've got a lot to cover tonight, so I'll go through rapid fire, possibly. There's so much. I'm condensing this stuff as like a weekend thing, workshop, more than anything else, but I'm just picking up the best I can. Multi-unit is a small part of commercial financing. I'm just telling you that. It's a small part. But I'll go through as much as I can, and hopefully I can be able to not impress you, but impress upon you that commercial is the way to go if you don't really want to be fighting what you see out in the residential market right now. It's just crazy, right? Yeah. So this is the legal stuff that we usually cover at the ABC Country Restaurant, and we should do that now from moving forward. Just to let you know, this is just my opinion, it's my history, my experience. I'm not telling you what to do, okay? I'm just only sharing what I learned over the years. So if you do want to get something done, and you do think that this is something that you might want to get involved in, develop a team and find professional people who are already doing it, and as well, get legal advice, right? Independent legal advice. Don't just take my word for it. I know you guys love me and all, but how's that going? Okay. Usually with technical difficulty.
Is your laser on?
There you go.
Yeah, okay, there.
It was asleep. Gotta wake it up. So tonight we're going to present to you how to invest in commercial property easier and make more money than residential. And I'll cover, and you can, it's basically trying to convince you guys what this is possibly a better way to do investing than it is what you currently have right now. A little bit about me. I have two daughters, 12 and 5, and the reason I'm here tonight is I'm taking time off from them. I'm just kidding. I love them and all. It's been a blessing to have daughters, apparently, because my brother has the son first, and what a nightmare. So I'm very grateful. I love girls. It's okay. I trained them well already. I got my application to date my daughter prepared as well. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've only had one job in my whole entire 45 years, and that was working for CIBC. I think I lost a decade there. But I learned a lot, so it's all good. I'm a broker and a recruiter, trainer, mentors to some of the few mortgage brokers here, and as well as other people as well that are outside. I'm a real estate investor. I've got involved in by accident, and my story is basically how I got involved in mortgage brokering is this. One day, I was given money by my father, his life savings, said, you know what, son, I'm working my butt off, invest this money because I don't want to do this forever. He's working as a mechanic, as a welder, really difficult jobs, right? And he has a good, big chunk of change that he's made over the several years because of all the projects he did. Long story short, I invested with a mortgage broker that invested into mortgage-backed securities, into commercial property, spec property that they're building on speculation that they're gonna turn and flip and sell for a good dollar. As you can probably figure out, I lost his life saving. Yeah, it really hit me hard. I was like, how could somebody do this? This is a vice president of this company that he signed on, that I took his word. And I thought that meant something. But I just thought to myself at that time, when I lost all the money, it was like, oh my God, how am I gonna get money, pay back my money? If my money was invested in there, my best friend's money was all gone, completely, over 6 figures. I thought to myself, is anybody out there that can help some family and not take advantage of them? and do something to help them perhaps build the future? So I must have thought at that time, why not me? So here you are, 15 years later, I'm a mortgage broker. All right, I left my industry that I love so much as computer programmer. And I'll share you a little bit of funny part later about how I've gone that route as well. So let's get on to it. What does a commercial investment property look like? Anybody know? Some probably already mentioned earlier. What's a commercial property to you?
Industrial strip malls.
Industrial strip mall?
Apartments.
Apartment? One of those? Look anything like that? Random grocery market? I finance all of these. Commercial property can be anything, actually. This here was an 1867 building in Halifax. When it's that old, a lot of lenders don't want to loan you money because they're so scared. It's what do they call those? Registered historical
heritage
yeah.
site.
Heritage. That's what it was. Heritage site apartment. It's like, wow. That one was it was a zoning around. It was commercial, and I believe that was on the other side was commercial, and this was a fourplex. And we financed that deal too. That was pretty cool, right? Very difficult, but we got it done. This one here, all strata, retail. So here's the myth that I found out with commercial investing and commercial property, investment property in general. Would you say that requires a large upfront capital? Right? Only the wealthy can have the kind of fund and pool to play in this game. Too complicated, too difficult, too much work. Everything just looks bad in general, right? So people don't do it because for one, they don't know where to start either. These are some of the things that I've encountered. But here's debunking the myth is that you can start and get yourself a 5-plex, 6-plex, and only need 15% down through the CMXC program. And when it's commercial, it's even funny. Single person or a holding company or a couple of joint venture partners can get together and do that. I think Robert mentioned, right? None of my money. You can be the owner of the holding company and a whole bunch of joint venture partners pool the money together and buy it. So really, it's not about having all that money upfront capital. You don't need all the upfront capital. Right? Residential, on the other side, is a little bit difficult. Complicated? Yes, it is complicated. But however, complicated means allow you to have more options. Don't think because it's hard and difficult, it's hard and it's impossible. Right? More options. More options out there. Money can be available, and I'll go into the region about the financing later. More money out there for that. The thing about too much work, commercial, do you know Trump? Anybody knows Trump? Does he do any of this property management work? No. I don't think so. He doesn't vacuum, he doesn't clean, he doesn't even touch the windows. Look how many property he has. So it's not too much work for him, is it? He doesn't do any of that work. So the myth about too much work, no, there is not too much work. If you get enough money in there and the property is cash flowing well, hire somebody, outsource it, right? It's a write-off anyway. The good thing is, if there's a surplus of money, you do want as much write-off as possible because realistically, the government's paying for that. Right? You're not paying tax money on it. Start small. Townhouse, warehouse, or hire one of these brokers to fast-track your learning curve. It's great you can go to a library here and learn how to finance your own stuff, but I'm telling you, the mistakes you learn the way is not worth it. Right? So townhouse versus warehouse. That's a townhouse, this is pretty much a warehouse. Now here's a question for you to ponder, and I'll answer later on near the end of the financing part. Why own a warehouse versus a townhouse? So you have a warehouse here, $325,000. You got a townhouse here, $325,000. Both requires, say, 25% down. Both have strata fee. Both have property management. So that excuse about too much work, there's no work. Both is going to charge a fee, right? So they're doing all the work for you. So why choose one over the other? One is residential. Warehouse is commercial. Townhouse is residential. Well, I'll show you later. But one question people ask is, Well, residential appreciates more. Is that what generally people think? Well, it is, because everybody is just bumping up the price like crazy today. It's all speculative, right? That's the reason why. But the other thing is, people don't realize, how about cash flow? Do you know the difference between townhouse cash flow, like rent? How much can you rent? Actually, let's use the square foot of this one. Is it on here?
2,000.
Yeah, 2,400 square foot, by the way. And this, by the way, is one of the property I financed for one gentleman a few months ago. $2,400, $325,000. Where can you buy a townhouse that's in Coquitlam with that kind of square foot for that kind of money? First, you can't, right? So he bought this, and guess what's in there? You look at it. It looks like you can put almost a kitchen in there. It looks like they got office or bedroom. I don't know. It could be sofa bed in the out there, right? It's a lot of room. You can do anything with it. It's got mezzanine. It's got office space below. Office space upstairs, mezzanine here, and below that is just basically a warehouse. It's like empty. So you have $325,000 townhouse. How much is $325,000 townhouse? You can probably buy one in Surrey, right? $325 townhouse. How much rent can you get from that? $1,400, $1,500. Say $1,800 for wow number. Okay. Remember that. This is what he rented out for the first year. $2,500. $2,500 a month. Right? And he has in his lease contract, in the 5th year, it's going to go up to $3,500. He provides some money for the mezzanine and all that stuff there. So that's extra money he's getting on the side as well for investment. Right? He basically built a mezzanine for them, and they basically had to sign the contract. Now, what's the chance of you having a townhouse here with a 20% rental increase every year? Fat chance. Tennessee is going to come knock on your door real quick, right?
You can increase, but that's 2%, 3%.
What the heck is that?
That's going backwards with
Yeah.
inflation.
Yeah.
So, and in the contract, right now it's a gross lease. I didn't like it at all. I told him I don't recommend it, but it's a gross lease right now, so he has to pay property tax, which is hefty. That's the downfall of commercial property. Property tax can be 2-3 times more expensive. But I think he's okay with that, right? He's still netting, trust me.
I was just looking at a deal that I wanted to buy today, which was a business in a warehouse, just like you said, 12,000 square foot warehouse with a business in it that I was interested in. The lease comes due in 3 years. He had 2 5-year leases back to back. He used his option on the second. He's 2 years into it. His rent on the warehouse is $15,000 right now for 12,000 square feet per month, and he's doubling it now. It's going to be 30 grand, and he's got to move because he just can't make the bills. So some other business will come in and it'll be Vancouver's rates and somebody else will rent it. So there's an example.
What business is currently in there right now, Robert?
It's a storage facility.
It's just storage only?
Yeah,
okay.
A mini storage.
Oh, interesting. They are a moneymaker.
Yeah, but not when you have to pay the landlord.
That's right.
You're the landlord.
That's right. That's right. So this guy actually came to me with this scenario. He says, I have this money, and I'll show you later in this financing. So which one do you think? And you guys can answer that question too. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. You'll love it. So now, by the way, in 5 years in the future, half of his property tax is going to be paid for on the new lease. He might not increase that any more than $3,500, but he might keep it. But now half his property tax is getting paid for. When's the last time you have a residential property, rental property with the tenant paying for property tax? Never. Right? They're like, are you crazy? I'm going elsewhere. There's so many houses out there, that's the reason, right? So I'll talk about the financing part later. Why invest in commercial? Anybody brought a property when people move out? You're going to spend money painting, do all the interior decorating? Guess what happened when that guy bought that warehouse? You want mezzanine? You got to put more money. That's your job. That's for you. You do whatever you want. Right? No interior decorating needed. They do it for you. Most of the time, when people move into facilities that they lease out, they have to do that. They have to fork out the money whatever the way they want. I'm just giving you the shell. That's it. The roof, the doors, and the windows.
That's what they meant by triple net.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. All the painting, you want whatever color you want, by all means. Right? Longer leases I just mentioned earlier, 3 to 5 year plus increasing rents every year, guaranteed, and they agree to it. And it's legal binding. Right? That's the cool part, legal binding. You have a hard time finding tenants in your house? These guys have Seabury, Colliers, Cushman, Wakefield. There's a whole bunch of companies out there that have a long list of people looking for a place to move into. You just call them up, say, hey, I got this property. They'll add you to the database. Sure enough, you get phone calls and people will be lining up. Simple as that. There is a business out there that they get paid to find a place for these businesses to move into. And it's pretty cool. It's free. Just call them up and say, hey, I have this property. You got a tenant?
You don't pay the commission?
You do pay some for the commission. You can negotiate. It's a business thing, right? You can give them first month or 1.5 month. Doesn't matter. It's like, I'm getting a 5-year lease without doing any work, no marketing, right? They market to their whole entire database of thousands of business owners across the country, across the world, and for certain cases at Colliers. Has anybody had a CMXC finance property ever? Do you know what the residential rates were at that time when you got it? Let me ask you a better question. What was the CMXC rate that you got? Okay. I did one recently when, you remember when it was, the rates when were down to about 2.99 when it first started dropping, BMO first did that drop? I remember because I was financing an apartment building in Vancouver at that time. I thought 2.89 and I was like, that's crazy low, right? At that time, I financed a commercial property apartment building. It was 22 units. That time, guess how much I got it for? 2.25. CMXC financed. It's like way lower. At one time, when I had another inquiry from a potential client, I contacted CMXC, and they were going to finance it on a 5-year at 1.85. I've never seen residential rates anywhere near that. Variable rates, perhaps, but not a fixed rate like the CMXC financing. Right? So if you get good property, they have a limit. I think $300,000-$400,000 limit. So it can't be like a small rancher with a whole bunch of units. It doesn't work. 5-plex, 6-plex, and up. Right? One thing I like about commercial is this: flexible down payment source. I'm financing a $3.4 million property now, and $1 million of that money is coming from a West Vancouver home equity line of credit. Could you imagine pulling $1 million out of one house to buy another property in Vancouver on the residential side? They'd be like, no, because we have to calculate the debt servicing on that $1 million. It throws everything out of whack. They don't care. They say, you're buying in a business, the corporation has no debt, that's fine. We only worry about this. They don't need 90-day proof that the money's in account. They can be transferred in yesterday from anywhere except for Syria, but anywhere in the world. All right? They're okay with it. They don't need a 90-day bank statement. They just need a summary of how much they have money available today. Wow, imagine that. Yes, sir.
Can you do the seller?
Pardon me?
Can you do seller financing?
Seller finance, yeah, as long as they go in second. All the lenders went first, right? That's the way it is. Very flexible. And I mentioned earlier about it. It's in the contract, whatever you state in there. If it says 5 business days to pay up, it's 5 business days over, you call the bailiff, they'll go lock it up, they'll liquidate everything inside the property. You signed it, it's a legal binding contract. You allow them, you give them permission. You haven't paid up, you got 5 business days, you were warned. So whatever's left in there they can't get out in time, it's yours. Right? What happens when a tenant doesn't move out of your townhouse? Big problem. They can stay in there for how long?
Almost as long as they want.
I got horror stories.
Yeah, so you know what I mean, right? They can stay like 3 months. After the 3 months, they finally get out and go. They leave all their stuff behind. Guess what you need to do with that stuff? Storage. And you have to pay for it. Wow. Oh, you leave your stuff behind? Awesome, thank you. Hey, anybody want to buy this? I like that better. For the same 325 grand, would you agree that's a better deal? Absolutely. So why invest in commercial property? This is the biggest reason why I like it. It's all about the cap rate. It's all about debt coverage ratio. How much debt can they afford? How much money is that property is bringing in will be able to allow them to finance. So it's a long calculation. You want, I'll email you, just text me and I'll email you later how it works, and even got spreadsheet to calculate this stuff. The good part is this. Rarely ever you will get into a bidding war, because everyone who's buying these commercial property are business minded. They look at the numbers. They look at how much it is. NOI over the purchase price. No, I'm out of this. Anytime it goes over X amount of dollar, that's it. I'm not interested. And a lot of times you can actually negotiate with the realtor who's listing that property. If, for example, they say the cap rate is X amount, say 6%, and when you calculate the real amount, the real dollar value goes down to like 4.5%, you go back to them and say, hey, you advertise 6%, so that means your price has to be dropped down to this much. Does that make sense? So that's one way to use that as well, when they advertise certain things like that. That's false advertising if they advertise 6% when the real actual numbers only comes out 4.5%. So I've seen people make money. The one deal that I'm helping right now, a lawyer got this property tied up on November 7 this year. And the assignment fee on this on this $4.5 million property, guess how much it was? So actually, anybody know what an assignment is? Who doesn't know what an assignment is? Okay, an assignment is when you say you want to offer to buy the property, but you have the right to assign to somebody else. So they have the right to assign. So somebody comes along and Irene comes along and say, hey, I want to buy his property, and I got it already, and on my contract, I am allowed to assign it to somebody else. I'm still liable to buy it if she doesn't buy it. But I can sell it to her without your permission. That's what it says. So here I am. Irene, you like it? Great. By the way, this property, I'll sign it to you for $360,000. That's what the lawyer made, by the way. $360,000 without even owning the property. So he's basically what they call a very lucrative bird dog. You can make a business doing that. If you know the right area, if you have the right connection with certain developers, and you can tie up the property, there's no money in it except for the down payment, the deposit that you get back. Right? When you own a rental property, tenancy conflict, when you own like a duplex or a fourplex, when there's some issues between the tenant, you become what they call a mediator, right? An unpaid mediator. But in the contract, on the commercial stuff, if there's some issue, they need to hire their own mediator. They need to resort that stuff on their own. It has nothing to do with you. Right? So the coolest thing, see the lease contract? There you go. You want out, you're going to pay me for the 2-year lease that you still have left. That's the way it is. How about people have this myth about, well, you know, it's hard to find the new tenants if somebody else moves up. Anybody hear that one? That's commercial. Everybody's always afraid, well, if they move out, who am I going to bring in there? It's going to be hard to find a new tenant. If a dentist retires and you happen to own this property, who do you think wants to move in there with that property?
Young dentist. Young dentist.
There you go. Would they be willing to pay more? Why not? Everybody else still comes to this place expecting a dentist to exist here. That's a premium. Right? So you have to think differently. It's all about marketing too, right? if all you're thinking about how tough it is to get another tenant in, well, don't get a different tenant, just replace it with a similar line. Right? If a doctor moves out, get a pharmacist in there. Right? Chances are rare. If doctor moves out, you'll be like, and now doctor will come right in. So you see that happen very often. And you can always charge for higher rent because the new dentists have no way to market themselves, have no client base. This is basically walk-in for them. Right? Ever had those late night phone calls? We got a flood in this place. Can you please come and fix it? Did you cause the flood? They expect you to go fix it. On the commercial side, well, you know. Sorry, call the leaky plumber. Here's the phone number. My insurance will take care of it in the morning. You don't have to deal with it. Right? So what affects the price? Because really at the end of the day, you say, how do I know it's going to be a good deal or not when I buy a commercial property? Right? On the residential side, you're probably familiar with it, right? Oh, it's got a really good kitchen, honey. It's beautiful. It's really what I want. Oh, it's in a nice neighborhood. It's right next to the school, the private schools there. Right? But most of the time, it's basically bumped up by the land value. That's pretty much it. When the neighbor sold it for more, oh, guess what? Your value's gone up. If both sides sold for more, good luck in getting the reassessed on your property. But on the commercial side is what I call, it's logical. I like it. I'm very analytical. Can't finance it. Simple as that. And I was like, what if? No, just not possible. That's the way it is.
Unfundable.
Yeah?
Unfundable.
Yeah, it's unfundable. It's like, who are you lying? It's just, you can't pay it. You can't pay the rent. You know? Can't pay the rent, can't pay the mortgage. That's the way it is. Local business traffic affects pricing for commercial property more than anything else. Here's what I mean. If you have, say, a pharmacy right across from the hospital, or you have a pharmacy in a strip mall, what do you think is going to get a lot of more customers?
The hospital, near the hospital.
Near the hospital. So it's the same square footage, but I can guarantee you the one near the hospital is going to demand a higher dollar value. Even if it's just like 6 blocks down and there's another pharmacy there. Even if the other pharmacy is newer. Isn't that crazy? So it's not about the land value as much anymore. It's more about other things. The location is suited to that kind of property. However, let me preface. If you are buying an auto mechanic shop, and it just happens to be next to, say, a restaurant area, it could be good, it could be bad, but if you're the restaurant owner, that's a bad thing, right? So if you're buying a restaurant business, that's not good, right? Unless you're the only one in 10 square mile. Income and rent roll is very, very important. You have to look at what the numbers are bringing, what the actual numbers are bringing in. And sometimes you have to ask them, you know, show me the bank statement. That's where you go back to, this is your cap rate that you told me how much it was. So that's the calculation, by the way. It's pretty simple. You look at the financial statement, see what the net operating income is, divided by the purchase price. Sorry.
What are rent rolls?
Rent rolls are basically how much people are renting in that unit. If it's just one strata warehouse, it's just one lease agreement. Lease is called rent rolls. Rent rolls is meaning there's more than one rent. Like I had one client bought a property that had 11 leases. What a nightmare. And they're all at different stages of leases. Right? But that's where you need somebody with professional advice to come in and say, look, you're buying this place over. You can make a few changes because you're the new owner. You can buy them out, you can kick them out by buying them out, or you can renegotiate their lease agreement. It's all business. It's all about business. If somebody doesn't believe you can't kick a commercial tenant out because they have 2-year leases, they're totally wrong. If you've got a 2-year lease left in it, and if the lease payments only comes up to $60,000, I say, I'll pay you $120,000, would you leave? most people might take the money and go find another place, right? So how do you make more money on a commercial property? I had a guy that's a genius. He bought this place up in Port Hardy. 50 odd units in this apartment building. And they renovated everything, they maxed out the rent and everything. He bought it. He saw the opportunity. He said, you know what? I can make more money out of this. I can milk more out of this. And he said, all I did was, got the internet company to come in here, connected at high speed, and I charge everybody, it's $20 more a month. 56 unit times $20. Do the math. Right? How much did it cost him? It cost him like $150, $200 a month for the internet. He got the guy came in, one-time fee to hook up all the Wi-Fi set up and the whole thing, and it beams down. Everybody in that place is so happy, paying $20 for unlimited internet.
You can do that with cable too.
And cable, yeah, exactly, if they allow. But that's one thing he did. I was like, who taught you that? But it's commercial. It's just, you just got to be creative. Find a way to make money. Right? Would you want to pay $20 a month for internet, or you pay $50, $60? I'll pay $20.
Great incentive for tenants.
Exactly. Guess what? He's going to bring more clients from the other buildings over.
Yeah. Right? And set utilities so they know the fixed price every
Yeah,
month.
yeah. It is a cool thing. Like, wow, that's smart. So now you have a warehouse strata with 16 units. Each one of them has to hire their own janitorial service. Why don't you do it? Not do it, but but hire a janitorial. Hey, I got 16 units. How much do you charge for 16 units? Bump it up, double it up, sell it to them. All your 16 tenants have scheduled maintenance, scheduled janitorial service. Wow, that's loyalty, right? Because that's not part of the lease agreement, so you can charge extra for all that service. Window cleaning. Either the owner does it. It's not part of the lease, by the way. The windows, that's your job to clean up. Okay? Whoever the tenant is, they clean the windows. But chances are, if I'm working like this, I'm not going outside cleaning my window. Right? Document shredding, off-site backup, any technical stuff, you can also outsource. My brother, by the way, back there, he's a TLC tech, and he does a lot of outsourcing for tech stuff. He is basically the tech department for several companies. Hey, name a few, Ty. Yeah, MJ Campbell Van Lines. He's the one they don't have their own tech, right? They have a warehouse, but the tech is done by him. So why not offer that? You hire him, find out the difference is, the spread is, if he charges $100 a month, you charge $150. You pocket the 50. Got 10 tenants, that's $500 extra. Cool, eh? Can you do that in residential?
You don't really have means to go after them if they don't pay.
Yeah, gotta be more creative. When I'm a busy professional, my car's got a ding in the front of my car right now, and it's for over 2 weeks. I said, I'm gonna go get it done. If somebody had came to me and said, I'll wash the car once a month, if there's any ding on there, I can get it done for you, and I'll just charge you whatever the fee is. If it's $50, you charge me $100, I don't care, just get it done. I don't have time for that. So it's simple stuff like car detailing, car washing, offer that service. Commercial clients love it. Right? Concierge service, catering, lunch delivery. Has anybody worked, and anybody who own a business, has anybody worked or past noon and forgot to eat their lunch? Or like me, forgot to eat my breakfast, it was like 2 o'clock. Oh, gotta go eat breakfast. Stomach's growling, it's mad. I mentioned that earlier, outsource, bookkeeping, anything. Really, at the end of the day, you make their life simple, their life fun, what they're doing, you can make money. Just figure a way. If you have tenants in these facilities, you can make extra money, way more than what your current lease is going to get. Right? And you build a good, loyal fan. that will stay with you. In the event that you have kids that want to earn extra money, well, you know, you can always offer the janitorial services from Truong's cleaning services. Right? It's a write-off, right? So you can hire your own kids. What other service can you provide? These, by the way, are not my ideas. They've been done before. I'm sure there are other stuff that people do that I don't even know about yet.
Parking.
Parking. There's so many stuff, right? You just be creative. What in your workplace? Think about your workplace. What is the most painful thing that they endure every day? Find a solution for it, and you can make some money.
Vending machines.
Vending machine. Yeah. Right. And those are the dying breed. I rarely see them anymore in those corporate office anymore. So, commercial versus residential mortgages. Here's the fun stuff. Come on, guys. I'm the only one who likes this stuff. Show me the money. Here's the money. So I'll go through this quickly. The maximum amount of money you can borrow on commercial is 75%. Yeah, CMHC you can borrow 85. That's an exception to the rule. Most times 75. All right. There is another exception. If you got an operating business that's doing well, it's really. So I use the projection of future growth in the business to qualify for a loan that they don't currently qualify for. Now let's go to a house and say, my income is going to go. I predict my income is going to go up 20% next year. Could you use that income to qualify me on the mortgage?
That doesn't
But they're now.
We're not even going to take your real income. We're going to take your 2 years before.
Yeah, 2 years before, average it down. Commercial side, unbelievable. I thought that was pretty. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see that. And here it's really sucked. So now it's like 50% of rent. Okay. So credit, personal credit, and the company's credit can come in hand to help. One thing I need to let you know is this. On the residential side, how much of an impact your credit score would affect the loan approval? Quite high or low? High, very high. On the commercial side, let me backtrack. If I want that townhouse, I have a 527 Beacon score on, I want to buy that house. What's the chance of me buying that?
Private money.
No. I want A rate.
Well, guess what? We did it.
Never. Right? So all the brokers agree never, or on the A side anyway. So you won't get it. The warehouse later, I'll show you. The client had 527 Beacon score. He had an A rate. It's because on the commercial side, the personal credit is not heavily used. It is to a certain extent. If you have like really crappy collection and everything looks terrible, of course it's going to be difficult. But if it's just because it's low, because it's bruised, because it's you missed payment like 5, 6, or 50 times, they're okay with it. All right. Not so okay over here. Capiche? And they like it. They like stories on the commercial side. So why did you have late payments 50 times in a row? My business is growing, and I always forget, and you know, it's business first. I always paid. You can see I always paid. They never closed my account. Okay, that makes sense. You try to do that on this side. Well, you know, my life is busy. You know, I'm working. I got to make money, bring home the money to my wife because, you know, she hits me if I don't bring home the money. Tough luck. Right? Tough luck. So over here, character applicant is quite high when you get a loan. Over here, I want to know the backstory. What's your experience? Right? That goes further than credit. Because over here, if I have zero experience, say for example, I have zero experience in building a high rise. I got an 800 Beacon score. I got high income. You think they're going to finance $5 million loan to build that low rise that I want? What are the chances of that happening this side?
How do commercial lenders
A new company, they want to know your experience, your background, your management team, who you bring to the table. I have no, so let's go back. The answer is, you don't know the answer is. The answer is no. You have no experience building anything. We're not going to lend you $5 million just to play with it. That's not going to happen. But if I said, hey, I'm bringing both to the table, you know, I got income to support, they're building it. Different story, right? That's how it works. If Boso's building over here, you know, I got really shoddy credit. That's not gonna help. Any question? No? All good? So I like Clint Eastwood in the movies.
What's the fees compared to residential? What do you say?
Ta-da! He's good. He's good. He's like reading my mind or something, right? Give me a Where are you, mind reader? So, terms, rates, fees. I'm going to cover that quickly right now. The good thing is not advertised. Maybe not so good. They call it overall risk. I call it BS. Really, it's an excuse. You go on any website, you see residential rates posted all the time, right? There's a posted rate, which is a huge number, and then there's a discounted rate. Can't they do that with this? Why not? You can see, yeah, you get this range between here and here. That's basically what it is. If it's an overall risk, well, so here's the thing. Normally, if you have an A project, A business, and your client's an A type, good credit, good everything clean, it's usually about 1% to 2% higher in rates than the residential rate. So residential rates are now fixed at about 2.79, 2.69, what around there.
Yeah.
You expect 3.79 on the average, okay? I'm just saying average, meaning that there could be lower ones, there could be higher ones. Amortization maximum is 25 years, with the exception of CMHC insured. Right? CMHC insured, if you have an apartment building, do you know how long they let you amortize it over? 40. I thought that was pretty crazy though. They took it away from all the houses, but we'll finance a multi-million-dollar apartment building for the renters who don't care about the property for 40 years. Lender fees on average about 0.5% to 1%. Broker fees included is probably between 1% and 2%. One thing everybody do not like is this. There's a huge amount of documents required, and I take 3 days to go through financial statement and leases. A lot of fun. You should come along whenever we'll get a big deal like that. Sure. The bad. Legal fees is normally about double what residential rates are, and on top of it, the lenders will give you the courtesy to pay for their legal fees as well, and they get to choose who they want to pick for the legal. Oh joy. Appraisal fees expect up to 5 times, maybe even 10 times higher than residential. However, there are exceptions. There's always exceptions when you're dealing with business and commercial. I've done appraisal for a single individual warehouse for $800. But then you get some lenders who want to do their own appraisal for their own list of limited appraiser. It can be costing $2,500 to $3,500. Average per around $2,500. But individual units, you get lower. Environmental assessment, stage 1 is usually required unless you can mitigate certain things. If it's a brand new building, what are you going to do? Drill a hole in it? if it's inside a food court, or it's inside a huge strip mall, strata manager is not going to let you do any of that stuff. So you can sometimes you get an environmental waiver. Certain lenders will allow you to sign and say, you know, as of now there's no environmental issue, but if there is, I'll take care of it. So the lender is off the hook. You sign that and you're okay with, you don't need to pay for this, because this one can cost you between $2,500 up to the yin yang. Stage 2 is like 8 to 10, 12 grand. That's when stage 1 comes back and says, yeah, there's a chance of contamination. Then they drill holes in stage 2. And it could drag the process on forever. Like, I wouldn't say forever, but much longer, 4 to 6 weeks longer than it currently is already. Yeah, I'm very passionate about this stuff, you can tell. Property transfer tax. you don't get first home buyers. No, there's no such thing as first commercial buyer property. There's none such thing. However, if you're smart enough and you got an accountant or a lawyer or somebody who knows how to set up a corporation, you can defer that property transfer tax. Some of you can say, I'm going to pay it anyway. What's the point? Right?
Best use of money.
Let me ask you, would you pay property transfer tax today or in 5 years?
5 years.
5 years! That 10 grand is going to be worth a lot less in 5 years than it is today. Right? Yeah?
Companies, or the property's owned by a corporation,
Yes.
and you want to sell it, or you want to buy one that's owned by a corporation, can you buy the shares of the corporation?
Yes, you can, but if
you still have to pay property tax.
before Mr. Trudeau got into Parliament, you were able to do all that stuff. You're able to buy, yeah, so what he's asking is, can you buy the shares of the corporation and avoid paying property transfer tax? Yes, and that was the case with a lot of these wealthy immigrants. Not me, apparently. So the thing is, when they put in a holding company, they have shares, okay? So the holding company is registered at the Land Title Office, XYZ Holding Company. Ashley owns XYZ company. I come to you and I say, Ashley, I want to buy that property. And we negotiate back and forth, and Ashley says, you know what? How about buy my shares and you don't have to pay the property transfer tax? I like that. Now, I don't know if they can get rid of that or not, but there have been talks about it. So far, you can still get away with it.
They're gunning for it now.
Yeah.
You can't do that. No.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh well. That's it. It's gone. But remember previously, there's so many ways you can make money in commercial side rather than just trying to take the loophole, right? There's a right way of doing business, I believe. Yeah, that's just one. Yeah. Yeah, shareholder loans and a corporation, no, that's fun stuff. Right. Wait till you get into corporations. There's a lot of neat stuff you can do with it. Annual review, renewal fees. You got to be careful. You know, get a broker that knows the stuff to read it, because they hide the stuff in the page 5 or page 6 out of page 30. What I mean by that is every year they look at your financial documents to make sure that you're okay. And for that, for the right of doing that, interrogating you every year, they charge you between $500 to $2,500, even more. CIBC had one client show me $2,800. All it is they look at the financial statement. Well, you're doing well, good. Can you please sign here and say yeah, nothing's changed since last year? Great. Now pay up $2,800. I took that and I just crossed it out. They finally came back all the way down to like $250. They can get away with it, they'll get away with it, right, Robert?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So beware. There are hidden stuff in there, hidden obligations in there that I can help negotiate or the other commercial broker can help negotiate. You don't need to abide by what rules and regulations and that they dictate. The terms that they dictate, some are optional. They throw all of it in there though.
Are you talking about the government or are you talking
No, I'm talking about the lender.
Oh.
Yeah, the government has nothing to do with this. Yeah. The lender, they make it very onerous on whoever is signing on to that dotted line. It's all benefits them, right? And that's why when I advertise in the paper, I don't advertise rate, lowest rate, anything. I say, you know what? Get an advisor that's on your side, represent you. He's like, my thing is like, would you ever go to court and to defend yourself? Or even better, get the plaintiff to defend you. They're the lawyer from the plaintiff. No. So why are you going to the, why are you going to the bank and getting the manager to say, hey, can you tell me what's the least profitable for you guys and best for me? But that's what most consumers do, right? They go to the bank and asking that question. It's like, hello, I work for them. I'm supposed to be a profitable employee or they fire me. Right? So the ugly part, time and money. Like I said much longer earlier. 2 to 12 months, reports can take up to 6 to 8 weeks. Longer time required for analysis. And if you know right away, by the way, let me ask you, if you're working, if this realtor is competent or incompetent right away, look for a subject removal date. If it says 3 to 5 business days or 5 to 7 days, something like that, get a new realtor. Because if it's a commercial property, they know it takes 4 to 6 bloody weeks for the appraisal alone. So it's unrealistic, right? Unless I'm paying cash. Requires personal guarantee and corporate guarantee. Didn't you say you get a corporation, you're not liable for anything, you don't have to use your name? You sort of do, you sort of don't have to. You can negotiate. I've had lenders where the client didn't even know that they came back and said, yeah, personal guarantee required. I said, well, they don't want to. Well, we need them. I said, how about give you 1 year? Okay, we'll take 1 year. So they're liable only for the first year personal guarantee. After that, they take it off. So on the renewal date, cross out your name, personal names off it, company only. So it's not always about the lender's term they dictate. On the residential side, you have no choice. It's just a lender's term. On the commercial side, it's business. It's a negotiation. Right? You're allowed to negotiate. That's what I like about it. 5 years in the business, you think you know everything. You learn everything. Right? Especially in commercial financing, I was a business advisor at CIBC. Sorry about that. 9 years there. I thought I knew all that stuff. But what I didn't even know, because I had a discretion. I assume everybody else had the same discretion that I had for the rates and stuff. Anybody play that game when you go to the bank and say, could you lower the rates? And the manager said, hold on, I'll go talk to my branch manager or talk to the senior manager. You know that game they play? Mm-hmm. They already know what they can and cannot do. It's a game, okay? So it's like, you know. But I didn't realize, whenever there's a seniority or somebody's in there long enough or who's hungry that month, who didn't hit the target, they're hungry. So their discretion, they're willing to drop a lot more. I tested it one day. I said, you know, it's a slow day. This deal is gonna take time. So I sent out a request, a loan request for the same lender. 3 different branches, 3 different locations. One in west side of Vancouver, one in Coquitlam, and one in Richmond. They came back, and I just go through and going. All different. How is that? I like huge variances too. So if you think,
what's the spread?
Yeah. So if
what's
you, I'm not saying if you think you got a good deal, because that guy gave you the lowest rate, I have something new for you. Even I was like, wow, I've been dealing with these guys for the last several years. So now I know which guy to go to. So if you got somebody like that, you know the guy to go to. That's the guy you want to send your business in. And the other guy's finally catching up and figure out, crap, now we have to lower to all of Sewell's stuff to that guy's rate now. Right? So it comes in handy. And that's why I say, if you can get something, if you're going to shop, find a broker who's shopping for you. They already built a relationship. They already know who's the bottom feeder, or who's hungry that month, or who hasn't hit the target last month. They're willing to go lower.
What about the broker fees?
The broker fees are non-negotiable for Sua. You know what? You laugh about it, but it's like if you know that story about Picasso and the painting. You guys hear about that? Somebody went out to Picasso in France, where it was, and asked the person to do the painting of them. They sat there, did the painting. 10 minutes later, it's done. The person asked, how much is it? It says $20,000. $20,000 for 10 minutes? He said, no. $20,000 for the 20 years that I spent learning how to do this. So what I'm saying is, the relationship that I built over the past 5 years has been phenomenal. My alternative to this is this. My fees are negotiable. You can either pay me the 100% fee that I charge, or the money that I save you. You go on your own first, find out what the rate is. I'll just take the 1 year. So say, for example, you go in there. I'll show an example of what the client did. It's probably here somewhere. Oh, I'll get to that. Remind me. I'll get to back to that. Let's talk about the townhouse and the warehouse thing. Qualifying for that 325K townhouse versus the warehouse. So this gentleman came to me and said, Sua, I got this huge chunk of money. I got this $120,000 to spend. I want to buy a townhouse and live in it and do nothing. I said, okay, sure, come on over. 2012 income, how much is that?
10,000.
10,000. 2013 income, how much was that?
0.
What the hell? I said, you couldn't get any lower than this, right? This is like the bare basic. It's like, what the heck? Credit score 527. Who's an awesome mortgage broker that can get me an A-rate mortgage on the townhouse? Same, the $325,000. I'm putting 25% down.
Not on that income.
Why not? I'm putting 25% down. I told him, look, you're out of your mind. There's no way I can get this. Let's look at the commercial side. Find a place. It's got a caretaker suite. Oh, it's got a place you can, get a sofa bed in there and convert it to a sleeping sofa at night. That's what he did, by the way. Yeah. So which A lender would approve this on the residential side? Absolutely 0. I can give you that much. 0. On the commercial side, I got RBC approved at the warehouse and the picture. That's the picture, by the way. If you want proof, I'll show the proof. 3.15% on a 5-year fix. You can score 527. So he's got a place to sleep and stay in it, and he's renting the warehouse space to the guy who does cabinet and I don't know. It's a small mezzanine upstairs, but look at it. It's 2,400 square foot. He built, it's a 20-foot high, so he built a small space up there, about 870 square foot office with a shower and a kitchen. Well, it's a lunch room, right? It's a sofa bed. Nobody knows it's a sofa bed. It looks like a sofa. How cool is that, right? So, well, in lieu of him getting the free rent, free place to stay, he just cleans up the place and he does window washing and just keeps busy. Helps around, moves cabinets for the guy. It's like, that's.
So now his income went up too.
His income went up too, yeah. I told him that you have to declare that income. Man. Well, it's like, think about the opportunity in commercial without people missing out and dropping the ball. Now you know why I get like frustrated when it's like, oh, why are you doing residential? Why you want to invest in that townhouse? You get it? Okay. When I'm passionate about commercial, because I understand this side, it's like, that's impossible, the townhouse. This one here is like, yeah, we'll give you the best rate. As a matter of fact, you get free checking account for the whole entire time you have the mortgage with us. Unreal. Right? I look at myself, when I went to invest, when I was having a rough time, I probably would have bought the warehouse too. Because there's no way I would have qualified for the townhouse. And where are you going to find a townhouse in Coquitlam for $325, by the way?
Never, nowhere.
Especially that square foot, right? Geez, if you could convert the whole thing. No. Doesn't give any ideas. So, here's a $3.4 million. What's the date?
16th.
16th November. Pretty recent, right? So this is not outdated anything at all. $3.4 million, and the fee this guy's charged is astronomical. Anyway, that's the 5-year fix. Would you say 3.4% is very good for commercial? Because I mentioned earlier, it's like 1% to 2% higher than residential. That apparently doesn't apply. Right? That's because it's very clean. It's like top-notch client. They basically got the cream of the crop client right here. It's a brand new property. Everything's sweet, sweet deal. The rents are way up there. Right?
No CMHC?
No, it's commercial. It's not multi-unit rental. It's not residential housing, not apartment. Strictly commercial. 3 strata put together. Yeah. Big one down on Dunbar. Huge. Fitness facility.
Nice area.
Yeah, very nice near UBC. It's amazing. And who got me that? Oh, one of our broker says, Sua, I got a client that got this. Is this a good deal? He sent to me, he said, yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I read this, hey, I know these guys. I deal with them all the time. But I know the real good guy at this lender. I said, did these clients sign yet? No, they haven't. I said, great, let me take care of it. But I thought already, I said, I might be able to get 3.25, maybe 3.35, a little bit lower, and lower the other fees that they have. I think they had about 0.75% fee from lender, quite high. I negotiate the lender fee down to a quarter. So I saved them half a percentage of that 3.4 million. How much is that? Big chunk of change, right? So I said, well, you love me better, right? So you can pay me that portion instead of the lender, because I can feed my kid. They get payroll, salary, bonus. You think they'll give it to me? I saved them $68,000 in interest payments over the next 5 years. Plus the money I saved them for the half percentage difference that I negotiate on the lender fee. This deal could have been too late, but just because they just want a second opinion. It's not bad having a second opinion for the client now, are they? Right? Yeah, I just got this. Guess when I got this. Because I knew the stuff. I said, give me all the stuff. It took me 3 days to look it over. Like they sent me on the 21st or 22nd, I think 21st. It took me 3 days to look over the whole entire scenario, all 3 years financials. I called the shareholders and interviewed them a little bit about the background story, where they're going ahead with it. I make it sound like this is too good to pass for the lender. But I didn't tell them that another one of your colleagues are already working on this. I didn't know the other person, so that's okay. Right. The guy that I deal with, he treats me good. And when he treats me good, my clients get that. Right? So when you asked me earlier, would I drop my fee? I could, but I wouldn't work so hard on this one, now would I?
No, I just asking for
Yeah.
the general piece. Like,
Yeah.
we got an idea.
Okay. So is it fair? I say them how much? Calculate. Plus now they're paying about $800 less per month. Is that good for cash flow?
Absolutely.
That's 10 grand a year I'm putting back in their pocket. And now that's 60 grand on top in the 5 years. Right? 50. My math is really good, eh? Well, see, I love it. I mean, could I do that? Yes. My developers, I did a developer deal too recently. Thing, you know about developers, right? What do they want?
Just get the deal done.
And they want the lowest?
Just get the deal done.
Okay, so see, Thane knows the stuff. Get it done. I want to move on to the next project, right? So I went from, actually you didn't see this one, but it was originally 3.4, so I got them down to,
Same lender, just negotiating.
yeah, but a different colleague. The client went to that other person thinking this is the best because they currently bank there.
Yeah.
They got the house mortgage there. Right? The business was there. Yes?
Can you reveal your secret for your negotiation?
Oh, you're gonna have to come. You have to come to my. You have to come to my seminar.
There's no point because he does it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I actually teach. I actually teach commercial financing workshop on Saturday, 9:30 to 11 every 2 weeks. But keep an eye on the meetup. You see me on there. So, I can teach you everything, but the thing is, it takes 6 months to learn all that stuff. And I already spent 5 years crafting the trade and know what words to use when I write out executive summary. An executive summary basically entails everything, summarizes all of information that I gather together and give them 2 or 3 pages to read. And you know what they do? They bring it to their senior manager. Hey, you like this loan? They do absolutely no work. When they get something from me, they absolutely love it. When they get other brokers send them a whole bunch of the shoebox thing, they said, oh my God. I talk with them, right? They said, yeah, yes, just send them to my course. I'll take care of them. But the thing is, when you send them a shoebox, you think there's an incentive for that senior account manager to like lower their rates and everything down, lower the price, everything down? No, it's too much work, right? Here's all my financials. You look at it. Is it good? Tell me. They don't like that. So when I send them stuff, I did all the research. I did all the summary. Everything makes sense. I said if there's any if there's any bump between the financials in the years, I will find out why and I'll write out why. So when they look at the financials, oh, okay, Sue said that. Okay, that makes sense. So all the work's done for them. It's easy for them just to rubber stamp it when I send them a deal because I've done all the analysis for them. Thank God I have a computer background and I'm technical that way. I enjoyed it. It's absolutely a blessing that I took computers first. So, there you go. I saved them that much plus 50 grand worth of principal payment, cash flow every year. So I earn my pay. I charged $45,000 for that one, but I saved them $110,000, over $110,000. So just let them if they want. I think telling us about, or maybe the coffee, whatever. How to get started? Yeah, if you want to get started, hire a commercial broker, and get a commercial realtor or somebody who knows how to get things done on the commercial side. You know what? Just if you're a realtor, connect with a busy commercial realtor. They would love your help. Just swallow your ego and say, you know, I'm here to help, man. Right? They may hate you. They don't want you anywhere near the clients or near the listing, but be persistent. Trust me, it'll work. Right? If you say, hey, I'm not going to steal anything. I just need to learn the trade. I'm willing to help. I'm willing to volunteer, whatever. Shine your shoes. Do what you need to. You want in? That's how you get in, right? But analyze the current situation. Find out if you have the capacity to invest in a property. If not, joint venture, right? Have an investment strategy. Here's what I mean. Commercial is all over the map, as you can tell. I finance everything from development to, geez, I don't know yet. Whatever's coming, I'll finance it. Okay? Oh, the New West boiler tank. Boiler tank. They don't build that anymore. Let's see. Yeah, connect with commercial realtors. It's very handy. They specialize in certain niche, just like myself. I specialize in commercial financing. They specialize even in smaller niche. Some does a lot of warehouses. Some do retail. Some do office building. Some only do multi-unit, apartment building. And those are great because per door is cheap, and the financing is even better to get financed. The debt coverage ratio for multi-units is down to like 1.15. So even lower than 1.25. Start small, joint venture with other experienced investors if you don't have one already. I hear if you have money and you have no experience, Robert might be a great person to connect with. Just saying. If you want the slides, text me, email, and I'll send it to you. That's my phone number, direct line. Don't call me after 10 because my wife's going to be pretty peeved. Text is okay. All right? I'll send you that. Just text 604-726-7878. You interested in becoming a mortgage broker that deals with commercial financing? Come see me, because I heard I'm pretty good at mentoring. Right, guys? Who's here? Or find another mentor. Refer a co-broker to a commercial mortgage broker. Start small and simple. Don't try to do stuff that will... Don't try to do something that you don't know and it's over your head. The worst thing you can do about commercial financing is when you get involved in this field, doing something that's way above your pay scale. Like if I was to get involved in a $50 million project development, I would say, no. One day for sure. But I'll stick with a 20-ish for now. Because that's that I know, that's my area of expertise. I know somebody who can do the 50, 100, and I'll connect with that person, right? Be prepared to do more work, but be paid a hell of a lot more money. My last year was, I thought it was good because I tripled my income from last year. But from last year to this year, I really doubled that. That's phenomenal. Like in this industry, and 80% of my business is from the commercial side. I feel good about charging a client a lot of money, only if I can save them more than what I charge them, double that. So I'm okay with that, and they're okay with it, right? To get something you never had before, I should change the font. You have to do something you never done. I used to be terrified of public speaking. I was at high school, speaking in front of 30 students, grade 8 to 10, and I was shaking my boots, and I was stuttering like crazy. I do have a little bit of stuttering here now and there, but not so much, right? And because of a little incident when I was in grade 2, some nice girl just swing too hard, and I went head into the concrete. Ever since, from that date onward, I was terrified of heights. I get invited to, third level story building, apartment building, and say, have a barbecue. I say, hey, so come on here. No, I'm not going out there. They pull me out, and I'll freak out. Imagine growing up freaking out on a third story building. That was me. And that's me. I'm no longer terrified of heights. I go up to 28 story, 56 story, look down, and I enjoy the view. I can't believe how much I've missed because I was afraid of height. Like, that's amazing. Like, the view you see down is like, wow, look how small those people down there. I never enjoyed that for like 40 years. Right? So if you want to do something different, you want to make a change in your finance, you want to make a change in your real estate portfolio, that's like, oh God, another tenant calls in, I'm going to burn this house down. Make a change. I hear it's a great time to sell houses right now. Residential, a lot of bidding wars. Commercial, I don't hear it. Once in a while you might hear something. Let's go there. Yes?
I just wanted to know if you do apartment buildings.
Yes. I've financed it before.
Can I ask you, do you happen to know what the typical cap rate is in this area?
You know what? Now, here's, depends where you want to look. That Port Hardy one, the cap rate was close to 10%. It's now over 11% because of the stuff that he's done to it, right? But locally, you'd be lucky to get 3 to 4, maybe 5%. I mean, you can ask Gary. He does a lot. He does a lot of the commercial stuff now too in property. It's difficult to find locally. Like 3% is like, are you kidding me? No. Everybody has to think about, if I own multiple dollars, I can brag about it and buy an apartment. But the likelihood of buying something that's good, in good condition, that doesn't require a lot of work coming up soon, that's why they sell it, is rare. I would settle for it. If I had the same amount of money, I'll buy 10 of these strata warehouse and unify it or do something with it. Make a change. I had another guy that bought an industrial warehouse. Oh my God, I'm running out of time. See, it's like, you need a whole day for this. They double up. The FSR, anyway, there's too much going to. They basically went from single level to 2 level. Guess what that does to a property value? The owner didn't even know that the FSR was 2.5, so he can do 2, 3 levels later if he wants to. Thought he just reinforced the concrete. It was concrete building. Simple enough. Now it's 2 level. Holy cow, he just made $1 million. It can be simple as that, but you need a lot of joint venture partners money together. But start small, I read. Like, you know what? Find a warehouse that nobody has paid attention to, and this area is not vacant, like it's ghost town. It's full of people. Find one of those units, buy it. Sit on it.
How easy is it to wholesale it?
It's how good are you with connecting with people.
Okay.
That's how easy it is. Okay, guys? So, got questions? Anything? That's my number. That's me. That's the office. I do usually do training on Saturday, 8501 162nd Street. Thanks, guys. Any question? Feel free to text me now. If you have any deals that you want to share right now, raise your hand and we'll go through real quick. Yes, Lane?
You got a big deal. I don't know why no one ever brings deal.
I'm keeping mine.
I don't try. A couple quick ones. There's a $300,000 house in Kitimat that cash flows $800 to $900 a month.
Oh.
I got 7 fix and flips. You can buy them for $125, I'll give you 15,000 BTB, and then put in 5,000 to rental them. Sold comps would be 135 to 150, and I'll sell them for you afterwards. And doing development deal, 24 townhomes, so I need some joint venture partners for that.
Where's that?
Chilliwack, $1 million piece of land, trying to get, maybe we'll see.
Is that the one? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably been floating around a bit. So I'm trying to get the sellers to stay in, so it's financing a bit more easy.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes?
I have not a deal or anything, but I have an announcement.
Yes.
I forgot to do it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Starting in January, we're going to be holding meetings once a month in North Burnaby. So anybody who's north of the river, west of Surrey, it won't always be the same speaker every month.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be obviously on different days than what the Surrey meeting is. And we will, over the course of the year, probably, I don't want to use the word recycle, but have the same
Rotate speakers,
rotate,
just in case you miss them. Yeah.
So we're going to have Sua there sometime later in the spring doing this presentation. But starting in January on the, drum roll, January 25th, which is a Monday, we'll be meeting, I'll put all this on the meetup site here in the next couple of days, but we'll be meeting at the McGill, yeah, what the library is called.
McGill.
Is it? Okay. Anyway, Eileen Daly Rec Center in North Burnaby, which is basically Hastings and Willingdon, just north of Hastings on Willingdon. There's a public library there, and we'll be holding our meetings starting 25th of January every month in Burnaby. So please come out, have fun.
Cool. Let's do the draw. I'll give a giveaway before we go. All right. If you got a book already, you know what? Give a gift to somebody. You deserve it. 383. Yay. Hey.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Good job. 376. 376. Who's got that? 376.
Bueller.
What?
Maybe they left.
376. No? You don't have your car? It's got Brian Tracy in there as well. And this guy, of course, yeah. No? No? Oh, well. Somebody give you get somebody? 377.
Right here.
There we go. So how about get a picture with these guys? How about get a picture of these guys? Give me a hand. Give me a second. How about get a picture of these guys? Give me a picture of these. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Come on. Down here.
Oh, in the
Hold a second.
in front of the
And in front of the whole crowd. So we got the rest of the crowd behind us, right?
Yeah. All right.
These are the winners, right? I'm taking a picture with the winners here.
All right, one of those happens.
You got it?
I'll digital photography. You take 10 pictures.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you want the slides, just text me, email, and I'll send you the slides. Lots of food and coffee back. Oh, by the way, you have to finish all the coffee, guys, before you leave.
And Bruno and Jan, don't leave without seeing me.
Oh, they got rid of the coffee? Oh, my God. Oh, they can take it already. You got some out of this time?
Thanks for helping me every time. I love you too.
I just need more time. It's like, there's so much.
There's so much. It's too big a topic. I need to dumb it down, make it user friendly for.
Yeah, the next time.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's a water.
I don't stop sign.
You gotta start.
Yeah, it's fine. Right? So I went back to class and said, you know what, remember commercial property finance rate? You might pay me the same. If I can get this done for you like on a commercial side. Was the rate the same? Just comparable. So the rate was at the time residential was like 2.59 or something like that. I got it like 2.89. You know, it's a 30 basis point bonus. Yes, I know. You know, it's a rate. They don't care for interest. And I educated them, you know what? You shouldn't care.
That's good. A lot of people are interested in refile and then still potential there. It's a little bit I'd like to right now.
Yeah, me, myself, and Gary was sitting beside me here back there with the green sweater on.
I go back to the I never volunteered.
Before that, find a couple, John,
What do you do? You're so busy.
I run the night management company.
Okay, awesome.
And also,
St. John. Okay, so but you're a member, you're a guest of a member.
I learned something. You learned something.
essentially, it's intentional. I guess what you have to look for is
yeah, me too, because I try to refresh the give it a
You just talk about yourself?